last second blind shot. Welcome to Money Line. Welcome to Money Line, everybody. Yes. Yes. Bring it, Loki. Excellent. Oh, man. Live podcasting. Can't beat it. Welcome, everybody, to Money Line. We're gonna have a short show if my dog keeps that shit up. Oh, there it is. All right, excellent. So we have got Loki on bass. We've got my friend Josh Heupel here as well. Michael Green had to do his taxes or something tonight. I don't know what happened. Welcome, Josh. How are you doing?
Doing great. How about you? Long day?
Oh, man, just, influencing people and making friends, the usual. Yeah, so we'll jump right into it. And again, I may very well have to deal with this. He is a hunting dog that only hunts couches, so I don't know what his problem is right now.
At the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Go get him. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna see what happens with Rick Barnes as he finishes out this year. This will be interesting, and we're gonna kind of look at his career with Tennessee and prior and see how that happens. We're gonna get on the hype train, see what happens. Talk a little bit about Josh Heupel if we have time. With Butch. So give him a little overview while you take care of it.
Thanks for filling. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome everybody. First of all, to the trial of Richard Barnes. I don't know what's his full name. I've got Richard Dale. I should have known this. Richard Dale Barnes. Basically, we got UT Slick Michael Green. Hello, Vols for life, 4578. Shout out.
What's going on?
Yeah, a little winded. Had to make that stair run quickly. I've been doing the cardio a lot, but goodness. Okay. So basically, we got basketball. We got SEC coming up. We've got NCAA coming up. Now's a fun time to talk. I always like to poke the Vols fan base a little bit because, look, I've never been embedded. I think is a good term. Indoctrinated is probably a better term for us with another fan base, at least in college football, college sports, where you and I are fairly indoctrinated into UT. So I don't know if it's this way everywhere, but we worship our coaches, man. And like when they get hired,
Day one.
Leash, you'd lose a lot of dogs if you used the same length of leash if you did like we do with our coaches, man, because it's only year 4, guys. What do you want, a miracle worker? And Rick is not in this category of failed football coach. It's not even close. And I want to preface what I should do a trigger warning. Bruce Pearl, as far as I'm concerned, there'll never be anything like it, man. The enthusiasm. I knew what I was getting every week. I knew it was like a really good mixed drink, and I always order because I know exactly what it's going to taste like, and almost always enjoy it.
Until the tournament came.
Yeah, he wasn't no tournament wizard. I mean, he saved that for Auburn. No, he certainly wasn't. And but I knew what I was getting. It was like a product I knew I was getting, and I love the style of play. So I'm coming from it a little bit biased. And people say, well, he did us dirty. Well, there's a lot of people at the university who did him dirty too, and we can get into that. So they dirtied each other quite a bit. But with Rick, and I don't know that there's even as much coach worship of him as there are the football coaches. I got this in my head. I was all fired up like Rick Barnes. I have mellowed throughout because I started spinning this up at the end of last week. And I was like just going to thunder away at him like Tom Cruise going after Jack Nicholson. But now I'm more like, let's just cut a deal, so anyway, I think he's just fine. I don't think he's I don't think should be the fourth highest paid coach in college basketball. So yeah, you don't get the longing for Bruce. Well, too bad, Vol for life. I don't know. I don't have this. I don't have this screaming at the people watching thing now. But anyway, thank you for watching and commenting. The longing for me is I just prefer the style of play. When I watch a Rick Barnes team play, I get bored. I've watched fewer games this year than ever before. I don't know what I'm watching. We don't really defend the perimeter. We don't shoot the three. We don't press. We don't run a grind it kind of I don't know what we do. I don't know what we hang our hat on, to use an awful cliche. With Bruce Ball, I knew what I was getting. They're going to press the shit out of you whether they had the athletes or not. Everybody had the green light to shoot as long as they busted their ass on defense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I think your point's a little bit well made. With Bruce put the pressure on the players.
Yeah.
Right? Rick has recruited a different style of player that comes in, quite frankly, with more athletic ability, especially this year, the freshman class of this year, than Bruce had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And his style of play definitely lends itself to more of a, I don't know if you go as far as to say it's an NBA style of play, but it's more of a loose.
That's what
style.
he wants.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure that's what he's telling the recruits when he's eating dinner at their house. I don't know how well that's played out, but the fact of the matter is he's won some games. He's won some games. And if our barometer is Bruce Pearl, and look, I mean, those times where they're amazing, I don't think we'll ever get them back. He has recruited great players other than the freshman class of 18 and 19. That was terrible, but he's recruited great players. He's won a lot of games, but I give it to you. It's a little boring to watch, but I don't always put that on the coach. Who's the leader of this team?
Well,
it's Fulkerson. Are you telling me Fulkerson is going to pump up these guys in the locker room?
Well, I do. No. And I do want to correct the record a little bit on some numbers here. In conference, Rick Barnes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons, he's 61-46 in conference. He's out of 6 seasons, he's had 3 seasons above 500. 2017 season, 2018 season, and now this season. So what's that? So he's had 3 out of 6. Bruce Pearl had a winning conference record every year but his last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he had 2 more. He's 65-31. He took us to an Elite 8. So here's how Pearl went. I'll just say the round of, okay. 32, 16, 16, 64, 8, 64. Barnes, nothing, 32, Sweet 16 canceled, and we'll see. So look, man, Rick Barnes has better. He just has better numbers. He just does. If you don't believe me, go to Wikipedia. Just go look at the numbers. Just go look at them. So anyway.
And those tournament appearances by Barnes were with his recruits. If you look at those early tournament,
he had some. Would have been Buzz, right? He had some Buzz guys.
Yeah, he had some.
That first few.
He had some Attentive players, and Konzo's players. I'm talking.
Oh yeah, Barnes.
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. No,
yeah,
I'm
Bruce had
Barnes.
some Buzz boys.
Yeah. He can. I just don't understand what's not translating from the locker room to the floor. And I think that's what you're getting at. I love the guys he's brought in. Jaden Springer this year, Keon Johnson. I think I texted you a couple weeks ago. How do we get him to drop to about 27th in the draft to get him in LA? I mean, these guys. These guys are exciting. They have all the tools. If we had Bruce Ball out there, it would be amazing.
Yeah, they can't shoot, so Bruce Ball might be trouble.
Right.
So Bruce would probably have some trouble with this bunch. Because they miss a lot of threes. So I'm not even saying, for what he's recruited, Rick Barnes is the best coach for this roster. But look, all right, look, and I know the stuff with Pearl, but please, really do go look at the numbers. Pearl's just got better results, and there's just I'm literally looking at data. We have a lot of weird feelings about Pearl and his fan base. I'm not like obsessed with him. He's just probably one of the most competent coaches I've seen since I've been paying attention in my lifetime to college sports, both from a PR front and from just winning ball games. So I think there's an equal like backlash that's like sick of Pearl. Like why are you so sick of Pearl? I don't understand. So anyway, but back to Mr. Barnes.
Yeah, Mr. Barnes is the one on trial here, and I think it's a dangerous game comparing him to Bruce Pearl because it was a different time. It was a different excitement level. Look, when Barnes came on, we were coming off Konzo years. We were coming off the Donnie Tyndall year. There was a lot of apathy set into the basketball program as the football program looks right now. I think we were generally excited as a fan base to get Rick Barnes. And to your point, we're always excited.
I was fine with it.
Yeah, you were.
You know me, man. I don't like the old retreads. I don't like them. To me, it was like when everybody was talking about getting Mark Richt, who I actually think was probably more accomplished than Rick Barnes, but he's done it. I'll say this in defense of Rick Barnes because even though that's not my job here, but I think the league is stronger than when Pearl was here. There's better coaches. There's no doubt there's better coaches that he's going up against. It was Kentucky and Florida, for the most part, that Pearl had to overcome. There's a lot of good. I mean, Kentucky's a problem. I know they're having a down year, but like they're probably like one of the easier teams he probably had to play this year. Like Bama's off the chain this year, so I do think Barnes has had to go up against tougher competition. Yeah, I was waiting on that. Michael Green, I tell you what, he and Mark Richt must have been like brothers in a past life or something.
Wow.
His Les Miles thing isn't working out quite as much. It was right at you.
So, Brad, let me ask you this. How much does this year, how he finishes out the tournament, or how Tennessee finishes out the SEC tournament, the NCAA tournament, how much does could that sway your personal thoughts on?
Well, because I like to take the long-term view, and I feel that I'm very nuanced. If he would do well this year, it would change everything. No, I mean, look, I think here's the other thing to understand about where I'm coming from. I like to joke about what Rick Barnes gets paid. I don't really know what the other option was.
That's where I was going. Right?
I don't know that I would. I think I would have just written the check as well. So it's fun for me up in the cheap seats to throw feces like a little rabid Vol monkey. But I think I get more aggravated sometimes with his defenders more than I get aggravated with him. And I get bored with his style of basketball, and he really hasn't accomplished that much at Tennessee. 15-19, 16-16, then 26-9 and 31-6. That's good. They didn't win anything, but that's really good. They tied for first. No, 2017 they absolutely tied for first. I believe in the SEC, so that is winning something. But then 17 and 14. Well, they were not making the tournament last year, folks. I don't want to hear it. They were not. Then 17-7 this year, and that record would have been better if not playing an all-conference season. So I mean, they had a good year this year, and I do remember how bad things can be.
I'm gonna take a little turn here, just because they always talk about the NCAA tournament, how important guard play is. This team, for whatever reason, you look at it, I mentioned Fulkerson. Is Fulkerson or Pons the leaders? Absolutely not. Keon Johnson, Triple J, they haven't stepped up. So you look to the point guard, right? Vescovi is our point guard.
Hey, do we have the receipts?
Do
we have the receipts for this guy?
Right.
I'm sorry. Go on, Vescovi. You don't listen to me. You do your thing, bud.
So,
I just thought he was a better shooter than what he is.
But it comes down to you would think he would be the one to step up. I'm giving Barnes a little bit more of a pass this year because I feel like there hasn't been somebody in that locker room to lay the law down, kick the coaching staff out, and say, guys, it's time to step up. I see every game, Jaden Springer will go off for 28 points and then have 9 the next game, and
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it is. I still, consistency is undervalued 100%. My only problem is he's, 1 year he won 15 games, 1 year he won 16. 1 year he won 17. I don't know. I just really would encourage everybody to look at his year-by-year record. I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good as people think it is.
I wanted to do some research to see who the coaches were that were the new coaches in the league the year he came on and the subsequent years, just to see what else was out there. To your point, what else was there to get?
Yeah. No, he's kind of a couple things.
You're frustrated, man. I feel it.
Well, it's tough. Well, because there's part of me that I remember how bad it can be with basketball. It can be bad. It can be much worse than this. And so that's why I'm hesitant to I'm not like that guy that's going to be like, he needs to go. Here's what I'll say. This is a good, and then I do want to talk about Fulkerson. And the crushing weight of completely unrealistic expectations. But with Barnes, if I've got something that I like I wanted to clean my car out last weekend. It was just bad. Needed to clean it out. And we're playing Florida.
No.
When Pearl was there, that was on the big screen. I'm screaming at the television. With Barnes, I've got my iPad on top of my car with my little Bose speaker so I can hear it better. And I'm getting it cleaned out, and I'll have that game on. Actually, no, I'm right. It was the Auburn game. And I just don't feel, obviously when we went 31-6 that year, I mean, I'm watching every game. But that's unfair. I don't expect that every season. I don't expect the number 1 ranking. I don't expect the top 10 ranking. I do, if you're the fourth bay coach, expect probably a top 20 ranking. You better be getting to the Sweet 16 nearly all the time. Again, the amount of money he's making. So,
well,
it's just a different vibe for me. I just don't care as much.
Yeah, what I'm hearing from you is total energy, right? We've lost so much energy. Football bleeds into everything. When we're watching basketball, we're thinking about football with Tennessee, and it all bleeds in. We're struggling as a fan base with Tennessee. We want something to jump out of our seats and like you said, scream at the TV. This is not the team to do it. If they win, they could take a Kansas out by 20, right? But
yeah, man, and I get kudos on that one. I guess it's just it's just tough to watch. And some of the other problems with when I watch Barnes ball, I watch a team that seemingly does not know that if they shoot the ball, if the other team shoots the ball from behind that line that's the furthest out, that's 3 points and not just 2. And it's bit him in the ass in big games repeatedly. And I just don't understand why we can't get people off their spot on the perimeter, especially when you have a shot blocker like Yves Pons. They should be. I'm not saying screaming at dudes all the way on, just overdoing it, but people get some good looks against us from 3, man.
Well, I mean, I can't stress it enough. I know I'm going to go back to it. The Scobie tends to set the tone, and even at the top of the key on defense, he's a defensive liability. Springer has really come on the defensive side of the court in the last few games, but Keon, we got to have somebody step up, and I just don't see it. And I can't put on Barnes this year. I see what you're talking about with the record. We're getting teased We're getting teased with these 31-6 records, and you want some more excitement.
I'll say again, he's had a winning record in conference only 50% of the time. He is responsible for roster construction.
Right.
So
right.
He can look at his roster every year and be like, ooh, 2021. So these are the seniors I've got. I don't see whatever I think I need. Then fix it, bub. You're the fourth highest paid coach in America. Fix it. I don't want to hear. I just don't want to hear it.
This is almost like draft classes for the NFL. If you look, in 16-17, the freshmen were Jordan Bone, a redshirt Lamonte Turner, Grant Williams, Fulkerson, and Bowden, right? That's the freshman class of the 16-17. Since then, the 17-18 class, Yves Pons, right? 18-19, go find somebody on that class you remember taking a shot. There's nobody.
Yeah.
Then you got Triple J and Vescovi last year, and you got Springer and Keon this year. And you got Gaines last year. So you're right. That construction, they missed. They missed a couple years, and when you only got 5 guys on the court.
I know, and I think maybe he needs to reconsider his approach. Maybe he needs more. This sounds silly to say this. Maybe he needs more guys like Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams. I mean, maybe he does. I mean, or at least they need to be sprinkled in with these studs. Like, I'm never going to balk. No, I don't. He's ranked that high. I don't want him. I'm not saying that. It's just, here's my other problem with this approach, though. If your excuse is I don't have senior leadership, then you probably shouldn't be recruiting kids that you know are going to leave after 1 year. Like, if that's what you need to succeed as a coach, is you need juniors and seniors and a bunch of them that will own a team, then you probably better quit recruiting guys that are going to leave after 1 or 2. If that's what you think you have to have. I think it's ridiculous. But if that's what you think you need, then maybe change what you're doing.
I don't think he thought Vescovi or Triple J would leave after 1 year. He probably had him for a few more years.
Vescovi's not good. Is Vescovi? He's not a senior. He'll be back. He'll be back.
He's a sophomore.
He'll be back. Unless
but what I'm saying,
in Argentina or something.
He didn't recruit them thinking they were going to leave. He recruited them thinking they could lead instead of leave. And it just hasn't happened in the last 4 classes. In the last 4 classes, there's not a leader. There's just not. Just not. So,
well, that's a hell of an unlucky streak.
Well,
you got 4 classes and you don't have a leader. Like, maybe start doing some personality tests. Well, the thing I'll say about leadership coming from Yves and John. So Yves is a quiet guy. Now he can lead by example at times. Fulkerson. Okay, I've been waiting to get to this for a while.
Here we go.
He's one of my favorite all-time Vols. He's one of the few Vols I've ever actually met in person, and he's just as nice as you would expect. The amount of expectations, and the media got sucked into it too, that were placed on this poor kid. He went from being, wow, he's getting 130% out of the athleticism he has to, why isn't he Kenyon Martin? It's preposterous, the expectations that were put on this kid. He had a nice little run. Was it last year?
Last year.
He had a flash.
Yeah.
This is not some 20-10 kid. He's a scrapper, man. The roster he was on with Grant and all them, it allowed him to flourish because he could play that role. You know what I mean? And for people to think he was going to be damn Anthony Davis this year, some shit, I don't know. I heard it in the preseason. I was like, you guys got the wrong cat.
But do you think Rick Barnes thought that? I guess that's where I'm going with this. I know what the media thought. I know what the fans thought because I heard them talking about Fulkerson's going to – and come on. It wasn't going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Here's why I think he might have, Josh. The offense keeps going through him when he's in. He's getting a touch every time down. And again, I love Fulke. I wish he would come back next year. That speech that was, a bit of a tearjerker made me think he's probably leaving to go do what, I don't know.
I thought he was a fifth-year senior already.
Well, it's the COVID bump.
That's right. That's right.
For a year, you get a year, and you get a year.
Yeah.
But man, so
why would he not come back? What's he going to go do? He's not going to be on an NBA roster.
Imagine the taller Dame Bradshaw. Yeah, Kevin Durant. Yeah, I'll tell you.
That's what I was going with
Kevin Durant. Bruce Pearl didn't have a problem.
You said your favorite player. You can't leave out Dame. So.
Oh, I love Dame. No, Fulky's not my favorite, but like he's a classic. Like if I had this sounds like creepy, like in a serial killer way. If I had figurines of my favorite players on shelves in a dimly lit room that was filled with dust, he would be one of the figurines. And don't ever let him hear that, because he's probably going to think I'm stalking him, or I want to wear his face as my face.
Yeah, that's where you put the lotion on it. So
he gets
to wrap a bow on this, I think, definitely the style of play is lackluster. The recruiting, I think I've kind of flipped a little bit during this conversation. The recruiting the last 4 years, you got to have personality tests, as you said. You got to find a leader.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not one of those. Yes, Kyle Fulkerson he would take Dame Bradshaw one-on-one. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it'd be closer than you think, because Dame could put it up. And I think Fulky would have a little trouble guarding him on the perimeter. But no, I love Fulkerson. He is a starter for our team. I hope he comes back next year. Like he's awesome. I'm actually just trying to defend him, because I just think people expect way too much out of him.
Before we leave basketball, who is coming back? Who do you think? Who's leaving?
I think they're all coming back. I actually, you never know though, man, because you know how the NBA draft goes. It's weird. So quarterbacks in the NFL, that's how like all the players are in the NBA drafts, where it's like somebody can all of a sudden be like, wait, he's going fourth? Who? But this year's a pretty strong year. I don't know names, but from the podcast I listen to, I keep hearing that this year is a much stronger draft than the previous year. I don't know why Keon Johnson and Springer, I don't know why everybody that could come back doesn't come back. I really don't. I think Yves Pons would be on a contract at least in Europe, so yeah, he probably doesn't want the extra COVID year. But
I think Yves gone. Springer's probably gone. Keon was rated as a first rounder earlier this year. I don't know where he's at now. But yeah, I agree with what they should do, but I don't know.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, and yeah, to close it out, because I want to get on and talk some other stuff here, but like, I do not want Rick Barnes gone. I think he is just fine. I think his record is a just fine record with one holy shit year that resulted in 0 championships. And he's probably the cutest gal that we can holler at. So, I mean, I actually hope that Kim English, when he retires, takes over and we see what he can do. I'd love to see that. And I do think Rick Barnes, I don't know about his recruiting trail stuff. I take so many shots that I leave that one in the holster, because I don't know enough about it. But I don't know. I'm sure he cares. I don't think he views this as a retirement gig either. I probably got the same issues with him that I did when he was, my goodness. Well, he had some good years at Texas.
He did.
Anyway, Jesus.
He had some really good years.
So anyway, all right, cool. So let's, I used the trial because that's catchy on social media, and I thought it would get eyeballs. I'm not trying to run Rick Barnes out. The no defending on the perimeter kills me, and I that's like my one huge thing with him. Honestly, it's like the one thing I can't get over. So all right. That said, do we want to tackle real briefly, because I was hoping Mike would join us for this. I do find it interesting that in all the villainy we've had as football coaches, I think Butch still, as Thor says to Hela in Ragnarok, you're just the worst. Like, I feel like we still just view, I think Pruitt it's odd. He's making a real good go of it without actually even being around or saying anything. But I still think we probably on the dislikability meter or rankings, he's probably one, right? In terms of coaches, ex-coaches.
Yes, but I don't think he will be one 5 years from now.
You think it'll be Pruitt?
Well, I think the disdain for Dooley rises every year, which is amazing.
Which I say shower disciplines. What I say.
Well, I'm just saying it rises every year, and I think what's going to come out in the next about Pruitt is, yeah, I think Butch is going to he's going to move down that list a little bit.
You're wrong about Dooley, man. Dooley's just you know.
I didn't say me. I said if you look at the disdain from what happened from the fan base, if you're talking about the fan base, Dooley came in at a time, and it all kind of circles back, right? The fans kind of circle it back and kind of point at him as the downturn. It's not. Look, there's whole the conspiracy theory.
I think I'm not talking about like necessarily like the wins and losses. Where did it start to grow? I mean, like there's a personal disdain. Like, oh yeah, I think Dooley. They're like, yeah, he was an idiot. He said he did some weird shit with his office and decorating. It's like personal with Butch, and I think he kind of made it personal with us.
He absolutely
in
did.
A way that even Pruitt didn't do.
He absolutely did, and I think he was doing it on purpose, but not for the outcome that resulted.
I don't think he got it. Like fan shaming us, media shaming the media. Like, boy, that don't play down here, man. I don't know what kind of bullshit you were getting up to in Chillyville up there in Cincinnati, but that's not gonna fly, man.
Yeah, he never turned the corner to be able to talk to the fan base in a way that would draw us in and make us believe. The damn bricks just it was just so frustrating to watch Butch speak or listen to Butch speak every time. I think there's so many sound bites that are I think you're right with the personal disdain. Yeah. I was kind of more thinking about the program in itself, but Butch.
What program?
Yeah, really. Exactly. Yeah, but I think it will wane with Butch a little bit. We'll see. We'll see.
I think Jeremy Pruitt is the best thing that ever happened to Butch Jones's legacy at Tennessee because
no doubt.
Now I take a very contrarian view on this NCAA stuff. I'll believe that we're in as much trouble as people acted like we're going to be in when I see it, because there's a lot of people into some bad shit. LSU all over the place. Arizona, Kansas, they're all like Neo dodging. I used to think they're Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix. I don't think they're dodging shit. I don't think the Godfather, NCAA ain't got that kind of juice anymore.
The bullets are not even being shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally amazing to see. I mean, obviously the administration was looking for anything, right, to move on. They found it. They moved on. But to your point, I don't think what's going to come out, if it's not already out, I don't think we're going to learn a whole lot more.
Right. You would think it would be out by now. I mean, goodness.
Absolutely.
Trey Wallace has been all over it for months and months.
Or we are literally at that point where literally no one cares.
I'm just waiting on that breaking news, Chiron. It's like, this just in, Power 5 football has said it is it's dissolving its connection with the NCAA as its governing body. I think it's coming.
Yeah. So
yeah.
To your point, you're right, but I don't think it'll be number one. It'll wane. It'll wane. It always does.
I don't know, man. He said some. Oh, Fulmer! God, I can't believe I'd live to see him fired twice.
Press conference and some of the things he said so far have not led me to believe that he may not end up on that list one day.
Oh no! Wait, Josh, so I've kept him at a distance because I felt like I was starting to build some enthusiasm. What did he say?
No, I'm just talking about his original press conference when he came in and was talking about how we're going to win right away, and that's
you just okay. I can handle. What was it, Lane Kiffin? We're gonna beat Florida first year. We'll be singing Rocky Top all night. Just wait, you'll see. I've got that quote burned into my brain. I can live with it. It's the what do we want out of our media? It's I want you to be positive no matter what.
Oh yeah.
It's going after players, having weird affiliations with. He got into some dirty shit. It's punching one player, lying about another player getting into a fight, saying he tripped on a damn helmet. Like,
oh yeah,
he was skeezy, man. He was a skeezy little shit. He should be working as a lobbyist in DC or something for for some chip dip company.
That's why he went down I-65 for 4 years. So
yeah. All right, Hyperman. Do I want to call him Hypey, Hyperman, the amazing Hopewell? I'm starting to get. God help me. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I
feel the energy, man. I feel it. I can kind of.
I'm waiting to see. Ooh, ball, snap, move, pass, snap, up the line, snap, go, which is what I like. Sometimes, if you don't want to grind your defense away, but like, I'm a little excited at the prospect of his offense. I don't know. I'm not going too crazy.
If you're a Tennessee fan and you're not excited about his offense, you've got problems because there's been nothing to watch for 3 years and
nothing.
Zero. So yes, I think there's a level of excitement there.
Really?
I still wonder who's going to be blocking. I wonder who's going to be rushing the passer.
Who told you Caden Salter doesn't need any blockers? Come on, man.
I wonder who's going to catch a pass if they get one off.
This kind of proves your point. What's his name?
That guy.
Who's Hyatt? Is that his name? Is it somebody help me. The one viewer right now, help me. Jalen Hyatt? Is that his name?
Jalen Hyatt.
That sounds right. You Google it because my whole system might crash. This video setup's pushing it to the max here. Oh, yes. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Vols, for life.
Is he our number one?
He's our number one. He's near and dear to our hearts. Triple option, let's get out and hit some peeps, something. Anything, truthfully, you said 3, but have we had an offense how long's Dobbs been gone? Like, that's probably the last time we had an offense.
3 years. 3 years. We've had,
4.
Well,
it's been 4.
It will be. We've had 3 seasons without Dobbs as quarterback.
No, Garantano's been here longer than that. Remember, Butch, Dobbs wasn't around for Butch's last year.
Oh, yeah. So 4 seasons. Oh, my gosh.
4 seasons of dog shit. Just and paying a lot of money for this dog shit. A lot of money to some expensive coaches.
A lot. Yeah, so what do you
Josh Hopewell, are you excited?
You hit the nail on the head. You're going to bring this offense to the SEC. Brad, who in the SEC has been successful with an offense like this in let's call it the modern era of the SEC champion 92 and above? Anyone?
Wait, with like Heupel's offense?
Right. This type of offense has.
You don't think Spurrier's is pretty close? A little fun and gun, throwing it all over the yard. Even Tim Couch in Kentucky had some success. Alabama has a very solid run game to back it up, but they're throwing it.
I guess it's the play. You're talking about the athletes on those teams that you named. Maybe not the Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Heupel's offense is designed to match up a player that is not as athletically sound against and beat you, right?
Well, I'll tell you what does concern me is I thought at times Mississippi State, and I don't know if we have more talent than they do on offense, But at times, once we realized LSU was not going to be that good, at least they got better by the end of the season. Obviously, beat Florida thanks to
the shoe
man. Won me a lot of money when he threw that shoe. I had the money line pregame.
Ooh.
So yeah. So I am concerned after seeing what Washington State looked like, Mississippi State looked like, because there were times when that offense, there was no fun and there was no gun. Like it was that the SEC defense was like, you're not doing this.
That's exactly my point. When has someone ran this offense successfully through the course of a year or a couple of years against athletes of this caliber?
Let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I'll give you. Now, we don't have their athletes. I would argue that the Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow offenses ran a lot like what Heupel wants to do. You should reserve your opinion. Don't let my giddiness fool you. We may have a stinky old season next year. I think that's what he reminds me most of.
I love that comment. Heupel's growing on me. He's been the coach for how long? We haven't even had.
I know, but I like the look. I like the cut of the jib from the staff. Like,
I love it.
That quarterback coach. There's rumors he whooped Jeremy Pruitt's. He whipped his ass, and he's releasing statements like, "If you come here, we're gonna throw it." And I'm like, all right. And I think it's just the extra, just all the new blood. Like, I don't know. That at least feels good for a while. Like, we had a big old transfusion.
Who's taking?
I would have liked.
Who's taking snaps in September on game 1?
It's probably Salter or Bailey would be my guess, but
and are they capable? You feel what I've seen from Bailey. I'm not. I'm
I don't know.
I'm skeptical.
I am too. I'm like, I saw the stats from high school. Now after seeing it, I'm like, I want to see somebody send me some film from him in high school.
You're right.
It's hard to judge, though. It's like a Bryan Singer X-Men movie. Like, I'm not really judging any of the actors that were in it because they never had a chance to begin with. So, like, we'll see what Harrison Bailey. My mind is blown that it was an utter failure because
it's not a failure yet.
The offensive coordinator that we just paid tons of money to, and now he's gone because we fired Chaney.
Yeah.
I thought he would develop Bailey. I don't know. We all thought things. I think what's interesting.
Chaney retired last year during the season. I think game 2, game 3, he retired. He just forgot to tell us. So
it's one of those rare silent retirements. Maurer Power. Poor Brian Maurer, man. He gets his head caved in. They send him back out. Like, I'm really actually worried about his health, and I don't mean because I think he's nuts. Like, and then some of the issues that he had, like that sounds like symptoms of severe concussions, having multiple concussions. I think it would be interesting to get him out at wide receiver, tight end a little bit if he can't. I liked him. Nobody really got a fair shake. Well, one guy got a fair shake at quarterback.
Somebody got a fair shake. So we're talking about Heupel here. So you're excited.
I'm excited enough that they will be on the second. They will not be on the main screen. But when I have 3 to 4 screens going, Tennessee has at least earned itself a spot on this secondary screen.
Wow, I never knew they moved off the first screen for you. Wow, it's been that bad.
Oh, they were on my monitor. They were on screen 3 toward the end of this season.
No volume, nothing.
Oh, I don't need it. Why do I need to hear that shit? I know what it. I can see it. Hearing it's not going to make it any better.
No, it definitely makes it worse.
So it's also like a Bryan Singer X-Men movie.
I love it. You're getting me kind of pumped up here. I'm excited. I want to see the product on the field. I don't know. I have no idea what he's walking into with that locker room and I love the offense. You're right, but I don't see any speed on this team.
Jalen freaking Hyatt.
I'll give you
the Agnes gif from WandaVision. I'll give you the wink. And yes, he was the worst QB manager in Tennessee history.
The
I don't know.
33rd wide receiver.
What's that?
Jalen Hyatt, the 33rd ranked wide receiver in his.
I've been watching Jalen's. I've been seeing his hype videos on Twitter. He's making the Odell catches in the end zone. Exciting times.
I want a 40. I'm just trying to find a 40 time, but whatever.
Let's see. I'll watch every game. It'll be the only focus of my life from September. Oh no! Oh no! Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Have it on. Enjoy it. Wear your little orange. But I wish I could reach out to all the Vol fans. Like, don't let it destroy your love for college football. But no, that's a fan.
Obviously, if we get to 6 wins, not forget about bowl game. I'm just talking about the opponents that we have. 6 wins, I feel, is a solid year.
Why don't we do this? Thank you for bringing that up. Wait, can we go? Can we go to a bowl game? I don't mean because have we already said we are going to deprive ourselves, whatever?
I don't think so. We don't. We don't have
self-imposed bowl. What I was looking for.
I don't think so. We didn't go. I think you're thinking of we didn't go to the Liberty Bowl.
Oh no, I knew.
Thank God.
Well, wanted us in that one. I wanted every chance to force Jeremy Pruitt to try and coach a football game. It's like putting your dog's nose near his urine when it pisses on the carpet. Like I wanted Pruitt's face in this stuff to have to deal with. All right, let's do. All right, how about this? Since you brought up win totals next year, and we'll do this more. I mean, obviously it's March and we need content, so let's do this, and then we'll do loaded questions, and then we can shut her down.
I like it.
If this is good with you, we'll do win. You call it wins and losses.
Got it.
All right. You tell me when you're ready. Home versus Bowling Green.
Win.
Can you keep up with your total?
1-0.
Pittsburgh.
2-0. Although
I'm with you so far. Tennessee Tech.
3-0.
Florida.
3-1. 3-2. 3-3. I think.
Oh wait, so you think lose Florida, lose Missouri, lose South Carolina?
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was. No, you know what?
Hang on, you had us at 3-1 after Florida. All right, Missouri away.
I didn't know Missouri and South Carolina were the next 2 games. I apologize.
Missouri away.
You know what? Let's go to 4-2 after that first 6-game stretch.
4-1. So wait, you're saying
yes? 4-1. 4-1,
and then South Carolina.
Yep.
At home. Oh, what? At home.
That's where I'm going at 4-2. We're gonna lose.
So you think we lose to South Carolina at home?
Absolutely.
Or we lose to Missouri on the road?
We've got 2 losses.
Well, Florida. We've already lost to Florida in
Florida and South Carolina.
Okay.
At home. We're gonna beat.
We lose to South Carolina at home. I don't see it. I don't think we lose to home.
It's every 3rd year, man.
All right. Ole Miss at home.
Oh, jeez.
What's the final score?
They're going to score a lot.
Yeah.
They're going to. We're 4-3 at that point.
You think we lose to Ole Miss at home?
We lose to Lane, and he's very nice to us when he does it.
Shit. He's going to rub our – just like that old dog I was talking. He's going to rub our noses in it. Then we have a bounce-back game against Alabama.
Yep. We're 4-4.
Kentucky.
I don't know. They lost some – they're pretty good, I think, right? I mean, I say
pretty good last year.
4-5. I'm calling a loss against Kentucky. Where's the game at?
Lexington.
Yeah, 4-5.
Hey, don't sleep on all day Shane Beamer. No, I'm kidding. I'm with you on that. I have no fear of the Beamer. Georgia is up next for us.
4-6.
Yeah, probably that's at home. South Alabama at home.
5-6.
South Alabama.
Yeah, 5-6.
Don't be thinking about that one. You're gonna jinx it.
No. And then Vanderbilt. So 6-6 right there. And if we beat those boys from South Carolina, there's a 7-5 beating Missouri and South Carolina.
all those guys that went to the portal, all those guys, they're not gone yet. I mean, Gray is gone. One of the offensive linemen, not right. The other one of the offensive linemen is gone. He went to Oklahoma. I mean, pretty much everybody that definitely left went to Oklahoma. But Toa, who, in my opinion, should be playing like a safety, like Odell Thurman safety linebacker sort of hybrid. I don't think he should be. He just shouldn't be in at middle linebacker. He should be like roaming. He's fast enough because I've coached a lot of SEC football.
That's right.
All right, so let's see.
Well, so the swing games are basically Missouri, South Carolina, Kentucky, right? Those are the swing games.
Yeah, I'm tempted to put Ole Miss in there. I mean, I loved watching them, but they didn't play any more defense than we did.
And I know South Carolina was bad, but they've got a good quarterback, I think, if I'm not mistaken, coming in.
Let me look at it. Bowling Green win, Pittsburgh win, Tech win. God, I'd love to say some crazy upset on Florida. I can't.
4-0. We would be. Oh my gosh, I would feel bad for Heupel if we're 4-0, beating Florida.
Here's what's going to be interesting. I think if we bounce back after probably a likely loss to Florida, if we bounce back and beat Missouri, I think we can win.
It's 4-1 with Missouri.
I mean, I think that means we probably can beat South Carolina, Ole Miss, Kentucky.
Whew, you're going 8-4.
I actually think Drinkwitz is a good coach.
That's an 8-4 season.
Yeah, but now he's at Ole Miss. I mean, I'm sensing some Lane hatred there, so I feel like they're Vol for life. I feel like the Emperor telling you, or Yoda, I sense much hatred of Lane. So Lane, I mean, at Ole Miss, that was a pretty good – he's got a pretty good thing rolling along. I'm not saying we're definitely good. We just don't know how much talent we have.
You play the law of averages here. You're just looking at, okay, Missouri, Kentucky, South Carolina. You're throwing Florida in there. You're saying there's a strong possibility of 3-1 versus and Ole Miss. You're saying there's a strong possibility of 3-2 versus those teams, and even 4-1 versus those teams.
I think Missouri, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Kentucky. I think some funny things could happen in those games. I mean, here's the thing about Heupel. He's been around a lot of good coaches.
There it is. He knows. It's Heupel. It's locked in.
Hopewell. Hypewell, I like it. No, just nothing. Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to really compare Lane's Central Florida stuff to.
Where you at? Lock it down. What's your record? Lock it in.
Oh my God.
In March.
Because I might change it. All right, Bowling Green win, Pitt win, Tech win, Florida.
You have to say
3-1.
Yeah.
Missouri. Oh gosh. I think Drinkwitz is a good. Missouri 3-2. South Carolina win 4-2.
Alabama.
Ole Miss upset win 5-2.
Oh, Ole Miss first.
Ooh. Lost to Bama 5-3. Beat Kentucky 6-3. Lost to Georgia 6-4. Beat South Alabama. Boy, 8 wins. 8 wins are doable, boys.
Right there. You
get ready to extend his ass.
Man. I love it. I love the excitement. You definitely got him hyped up. You got me hyped up.
I do agree. I think 6-6 is a nice showing considering where we're at, and even more so than like 6-6. Is it like like Lane's year when he went 7 and those were some close losses. Florida was not as close as it looked, but is it where we're in these ball games?
Right.
I'm not drunk. This is carbonated caffeine, Mike. Anyway, we'll revisit this later.
Yeah.
I have no idea what our talent's like. All right, on to loaded questions.
This should be.
Everybody loves to play.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, give me 1 second here to load it up.
It's Vol for life. Is it Mike? Is that?
Mike is UT Slick.
UT Slick.
Vol for life is Vol for life.
Vol for life. I'll call him 4578. I like numbers.
Just a note to Google. If you want people to use your slide thing, just make it really obvious how to actually just, like play the slides.
I have to call Jillian.
Jillian Danker. I have not heard that name in a while.
Pride of Vanderbilt.
Pride of Vanderbilt. All right. Here we go. Present. Were you with us for our loaded question segment last time?
I was not. That's why even better.
I'm sitting here making fun of Google, and there's a big, giant present button. I'm sorry. I know this is riveting for the folks at home watching me stare at another monitor. Okay. I got my phone because I need my answers. Let me add.
I love this part. So I have no idea where we're going here. I'm so excited.
That makes two of us. Let's see.
8-4, you're on something. Yeah, Mike, I'm with you on that.
I'm on a love for life, man.
Definitely Hopewell built into that 8-4. So
yeah. Oh my goodness. We may just have to. Oh, here we go. Got it. Share screen. Sorry. Here we go.
There it is.
There it is. All right, here we go, boys. So let's see. Let me get my answers up. This will go much faster next time, viewers. Apologies. All right, loaded question number 1. What will happen first? Rick Barnes will get to a Final Four, or Josh Heupel will sign a Manning.
Oh wow! You got me all. You got me. I can give it right. Am I supposed to give my answer here? Is that what we're doing?
Give your answer, absolutely.
Absolutely, you got me hyped up. Our boy's gonna sign a Manning.
Oh, you were both hyped. So I both hyped you and I also depressed you.
Oh,
for old ball. It's hard to get to a Final Four.
It is.
I mean, obviously. All right, I'm gonna go with neither. I'm gonna zag.
I didn't know that was a choice.
I can do whatever I want. All right, college basketball reviews are more out of control than.
Oh wow!
I'll give you mine. I don't like giving you guys the questions first. I like the spontaneity.
Wow. The $1.9 trillion dollars that is going into play this week.
Money, love money. I've got college coaches thinking first half timeouts carry over.
You had time to think.
That's a slow burn. And Vols for Life, the Royals. Stay tuned, Vols for Life, because I've got another Royal thing coming up. Mike Slick says English Premier League VAR reviews. I think that's about something called soccer.
There you go.
Ted Lasso's teaching me. No, I mean, hell, I played soccer for a long time. English Premier, the Royals. We got some good answers over here. All right, next question. Hearing that the British royal family is racist is as surprising as.
Oh my goodness! I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to pause.
All right, I'll give you one. A Pac-12 football team breaking double digits.
Oh, wow. As surprising as a Vanderbilt sellout.
Ah! Excellent. All right, last one. I do not. Have you seen Cobra Kai?
Yes. I'm not done with it, but yeah.
Okay, good. This is not going to spoil it for you. Okay, well, we got some more questions, more answers. 4-yard pass on 3rd and 5 by UT. You're damn right. That's where that route was supposed to go too. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Yes.
A Gump not being erudite. Whoa.
Yeah, deep. Deep.
Look at him. Somebody's been reading some books. All right. Last question. More profitable. A daycare exclusively for Travis Henry's descendants, or being a defense attorney for West Valley High School students? This is a tough call for me. But Kyle and I are going to cover Cobra Kai soon, and those kids are committing, I'm talking like major felonies on the reg. Kidnapping, assault, assault with deadly intent, breaking and entering, theft. So, like, these kids, as Bernie Mac would say, these kids is bad. So I'm going to go with any defense attorney who was able to get all the business from the West Valley High School students.
I'll just take the other way, and we'll say I agree with you, but we're going to add Carl Malone's kids, and we're going to go with Travis Henry and Carl Malone. We're gonna that's where we're gonna go with that.
It would be like a happy place, like Henry and Malone's, like it could be a really cool daycare. What's the guy played for the Jets forever too? That's
what I was trying to think of. It's the same.
Cromartie?
Yeah.
Anthony Cromartie?
Yeah. That's who, I couldn't think of his name. You got to him first. So.
Thank you, man. I mean, I got all this caffeine in me. You need a gym to pay me. And I go, oh, yeah, you probably would, man. Could we recruit all of them? That would make me happy.
I love it, man. You know what?
Oh, damn. Hey, man, the guy does what he's got to do.
Phillip Rivers has the short bus. No, he has the long bus.
He does.
He got the long bus.
He has a long bus. Yeah, at some point we're gonna get into what's that?
No, go for it.
We'll do a Wire edition, The Wire, where we explore. Let's see if we can like break down Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry's drug rings and see like we can just find all the players. Two of my favorite players of all time, by the way.
I'll bring my picture in when I
alleged.
My picture when I had political science with Jamal Lewis my freshman year.
Love that dude. Busted his ACL or whatever, just kept, or his MCL, kept on running there for a little bit. In that Auburn game, I think it was.
Was it the Auburn? I don't know.
I think it was, yeah.
I tell you what, for a March podcast here about a lot of football, this was pretty good. I'm kind of pumped. I really am.
I started off attacking a beloved basketball coach, and I end attacking a beloved running back. So things are going well. Things are going well here.
Yeah, you dropped me down. We're going in the SEC tournament, and I'm kind of feeling not so good about myself.
Well, what if no? What if they just get hot? The only thing is, I heard somebody say this, and they made a good point. Usually, teams that get hot, they're heating up by now. And we did just beat Florida. We didn't always look great doing it. We get a double bye. We should get, well rested.
I don't think we've won 2 games in a row since December. So.
Oh God, is that right?
We did I think we did in January, but it literally we didn't in February at all. So I say we. I hate that. I hate it when people do that. But,
Oh, that's all right. What's Kansas? What's their record looking like?
I looked at it about 2 weeks ago. I think they were like 24. They dropped to like 24th, but I think they're in the top 25.
Let's see. Yeah. They just beat UTEP. They're ranked 11th. That's a good win for us. If we can just pick up one win in the I know that's a lot to ask because we're getting a double bye, so we're not going to play it. We're not going to play a cupcake.
Well, we're probably going to play Florida.
Yeah,
they're the 5 seed, so there's a good chance, and then you go up against the 1, obviously Alabama. We're kind of sitting at a 6 seed right now, which is I'd rather be the 6 than the 5 all day. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, how about this? I'm gonna give a little compliment to Rick Barnes. With a team full of young guys, for the most part, it has got to be difficult to get them motivated when they're hardly playing in front of anybody. Because I would expect that the young guys, more so than anybody else, probably feed off the energy of the crowd a little bit.
Duke,
I don't know.
Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky this year. Look at them.
You know? So, look, there's a little compliment to Rick.
Point. Good point.
You know, they've put themselves in a position to have a double bye, which is quite good. And so let's just see. They win one game, I think they're a 5 seed. If they just win one game in the SEC tournament.
They're in town in Nashville this week. Let's give them some good energy.
Yeah. So everybody make sure if you share this with anybody that I said something real nice about Rick Barnes at the end. Let everybody know.
Brad, upcoming shows, you got any SEC tournament or NCAA tournament shows coming up people should tune into?
Yeah, I'll jump on if somebody wants to do it with me. Okay. I've been very removed from college basketball this year, but if you want to jump on after a couple days or a day of the SEC tournament, we can have a reaction show. I'm down.
All right. We'll see what's going on. I appreciate you having me on. This was
man,
great.
thanks for coming on.
I feel better. I'm gonna go high five the kids.
High five the kids. Tell them Hyperman is in the house. Tell them 8 and 4 is the floor, and that the ceiling has no floor, or whatever the hell Michael Jordan said.
There was the ceiling. That
the
was
ceiling is the floor. That's what he said.
Ceiling is the floor. End on that. That was great.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
All right, bud.
Peace.
See ya.